Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Time with Eric, and if you're listening to us on radio or through the internet, it's KCPR 91.3 FM, and if you're watching us in your homes, this is CPTV. This is the Mother's Day edition of Time with Eric, and this morning I have a very packed, wonderfully talented young student from Cal Poly. The first one I have with me here is Emily, and I'll have her introduce herself so she tells you where she's coming from. You're welcome, Emily.
Hi, thanks for having me on, Eric.
Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Emily Ventimiglia, and I'm Cal Poly's Empowerment Fellow for the organization Neighborhood Legislator.
Sweet. Thank you for coming. So before I get to know what Neighborhood Legislature is, where are you from?
I'm from Meikle, California. Okay. It's about an hour north of San Diego.
Okay. And are you a student here in Poly?
Yeah, I'm a second year business major right now.
Business major.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it means that some more money, things that had to do with money and cash, right?
Yeah, so not even political science, but
okay.
I take an interest in them, so that's why I'm interning for this organization.
Sweet. So back to Neighborhood Legislature, what is it? What is Neighborhood Legislature?
So it's a grassroots organization, and it's nonpartisan, so it's not Republican, it's not Democratic.
Okay.
And we're working towards shrinking electoral districts in California. Okay. So that's our main goal right now.
Okay. So from what I understand, you're not a super PAC, so I shouldn't be scared of you.
No, not at all.
Okay. So what role do you play in Neighborhood Legislature?
So there's a fellow on every single college campus in California right now.
Okay.
And what these fellows are trying to do, we're trying to recruit volunteers, student ambassadors, and leaders to help us get enough signatures to put on the ballot. So my job specifically will be event planning. I'm planning events to get people interested in Neighborhood Legislator, and also so that they're aware that we have a presence on campus. Okay. I'm partnering up with student government, with different clubs on campus, with the political science program on campus, and pretty much just spreading the word, recruiting, and managing the volunteers that I will be hopefully the volunteers that I already have, and the potential ones.
Sweet.
Yeah.
A business major, what got you into all this thing that had to do with the political stuff, if I'm correct?
Well, I don't have, I wouldn't say that I do a lot with political science issues, but I heard what this organization had to stand for, and it immediately made me want to be part of it. I think it's a very good cause. I am not one to fall into the scams that are out there, and so when I heard about this, I made sure that it was legitimate. I did my research, and I wanted to get involved, so I did. I interviewed for this position, and I got it, and I'm very excited to be here. It doesn't really have a ton to do with my major, but it has to do with my interest, and that's why.
So do you know the origin or how this group came about? What led to the formation of the Neighborhood Legislature? Yeah,
so there's this politician, this businessman, he was in real estate for a while, and he saw the issues that California was going through. He was not happy with them, so he decided to create this organization through his money, and he donated $1 million to this organization to get it started. And they've spent years with research, with preliminary work to get this organization off the ground, and now that it is, we're actually implementing the processes. So John Cox is the main donor and creator, and we also have more donors who are,
So far you guys have a funding of $1 million, correct?
Yes, and then we're in the process of getting other donors right now, and they're wanting to also fund our message and our issue that we're trying to
just
solve.
a clarification. This is not a super PAC, correct?
No, this is not a super PAC. This is something that came from one person. He saw a problem and wanted to fix it. So yeah, we don't have a ton of money, but we're utilizing it in the most efficient way.
Okay. So what is the specific role of Neighborhood Legislature? What is your specific function? What do you guys do?
So what are our goals? Our goals are to basically pass an amendment in the California Constitution.
Okay.
And this amendment will shrink each district in California.
Okay.
I can go into the logistics of that.
Absolutely, go ahead.
So pretty much there are 100 districts, or 120 districts in California right now.
Okay.
And each one of those districts has 500,000 to 1 million people in them, but with one representative. And that's a lot of people to represent.
Okay.
If you're one person. So to fix that, we want to cut all the 120 districts into 100 smaller districts.
Okay.
So this would create 12,000 districts.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, right? But it's only a structural change. That is the only thing we'd be changing. We're not changing the way that representatives get into the office position.
Okay.
We're not changing anything except how many districts there are.
So if I may ask a follow-up question to that, does it mean there are going to be a lot more people to elect to office, or how is that going to work? Because if we have, let's say, 1 to 1 million, and you want to create 100 more within that million, are you suggesting that we're going to have more people getting elected from this group of people?
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is that each district will have 5,000 to 10,000 people in them, and there will be many people running for representationship of those 10,000 people. Once that person is elected, once there's like 12,000 people in California that have been elected to represent, then one person from each of the 120 districts will go to Sacramento to be in the working committee. So we're still going to have 120 people in Sacramento. We're not changing that. The people who are staying back in their districts are just going to be the communication. We're making it a 2-tiered system instead of a 1-tiered system. They're going to be playing a role in communicating to the people in Sacramento what needs to happen. They'll be voting on bills, but they won't have the final say. So they'll just have a better understanding of what the people want, and the people will, more importantly, know the representatives.
Okay.
And so that'll help with voter participation. The people will know who's running because they're from their district, they're from their community, and so they'll have a greater say. We'll be more represented.
Okay. Listeners, you're watching Time with Eric on CPTV, and in case you're listening to us live on radio, this is CPR 91.3 FM. I have with me in the studio Emily Ventimiglia. She is from the neighborhood legislature, and she's sharing a little more light on what their organization is about. So my next question, you've made mention of your short-term goal. What is the long-term goal of this organization?
So the long-term goal, the goal that we're all working towards is decreasing the amount of money that politicians have to spend in order to run for a campaign. So right now it takes a lot of money to get your name out to 500,000 to 1 million people.
So basically what you're trying to say is that if I'm competent and capable of managing an office or leading the people in my community, the fact that I don't have this money from the super PAC, I should still be able to get elected to represent, correct?
Exactly. So it's the most capable, most qualified people who will be able to run despite their lack of money, despite the fact that they don't necessarily want to go to large corporations or special interest groups and ask for money and, either take bribes or say the large corporations may say, hey, I'll fund you if you do this for me. And, a lot of that time, that doesn't accurately represent what California citizens want to do. So the long-term goal will specifically be, we're projecting that $1.3 million will be saved. $1 billion, sorry, will be saved in the span of 10 years, just from implementing this system.
Wow, that's awesome. I have a couple more questions for you, but we'll be running for a commercial break. So let me ask you quickly in just 20 seconds. How do you guys hope to achieve all these goals you've mentioned?
So we need California on our side. And to do that, we need volunteers who are willing to go face-to-face with the citizens of California and talk to them about this organization and whether they agree with that. And if they do, get their signature, put it on the ballot, and get that passed.
Sweet.
So we need Californians to help us.
And I'll ask you a question more on how people can get involved to help and how California can be on your side. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching CPTV live. This is Time with Eric, and in case you're listening to us, this is KCPR 91.3 FM. I have a couple of wonderful guests that are lined up for today. You will see the band Pleasantly. You will see Lucas Meikle. He's on the Cal Poly basketball team. These are people that have potential and have future and have great things coming. And so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move. Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, listeners. If you're listening to us on radio, this is KCPR 91.3 FM, San Luis Obispo. And if you're watching us on TV, this is CPTV, and this is Time with Eric. Welcome back, listeners. So let me ask you a question again. Are you suggesting that our current system in California is not really working? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to say. Because right now, our districts that one person represents right now is 7 times larger than the national average.
Okay.
It just doesn't work to efficiently represent what the people actually want.
Okay.
And right now, people are needing a lot of money to run for campaigns.
Okay.
That's not something that should be a qualification of a candidate.
To run for office.
Fundraising, it needs to happen sometimes, but right now it's happening to a degree that's not. So like
people that are being elected to office end up spending time campaigning for money rather than doing the job they have to do.
Exactly, when they should be, working on what they actually want to be running for, when they should be spending time with the people that they're representing. They're instead, a lot of the time, fundraising for campaign money so that they can actually get through the levels to run.
So I'm a little bit skeptical. I don't know if the right word to use, but has this model you guys intend implementing in California, has it been implemented somewhere else? And what makes you think that it's going to work here in California?
Yeah, so right now New Hampshire has the same model that we're trying to implement. They have 5,000 to 10,000 people per district, and it's working nearly flawlessly. They don't have large money. Very, very rarely is there large money involved in running for candidacy. Of course, you need a little bit, but it's not to the degree that it is in California. Also, there's better representationship. So what that means is that the people are knowing what the candidates are running for, so there's a larger voter participation in California right now. It's not like that. There was a proposition that was passed, and it was like 20 to 30% of California, or no, there was a representative running, and it was 20 to 30% of California who actually voted for that person. And that just shows that we're not accurately being represented because we're not informed.
Okay, so let's come to how we get people involved with this. How does your organization, for one, benefit students? Because most of our listeners are students and those who are watching us. How do they benefit from this?
So right now, students, well, if you are a political science major and wanting to run for candidacy for pretty much anything, this will help them, coming out of college. Yeah, of course you need experience, but not everybody's going to have that money. So of course it'll help students run for a position if they're qualified. Once they graduate. Also, it'll help with the little issues. So, for instance, right now, it's really hard to find housing in San Luis Obispo. But our representative doesn't know that. They don't live here. So our system allows communication from the representative here in San Luis Obispo to communicate that to the representative in Sacramento. And from there, then they could maybe implement something that could change that. And yeah, that's something the city takes care of, but that's also something on the larger scale. So it'll help with the little things that need to be fixed or need more attention and care and aren't necessarily getting that attention.
Yeah. So if you could easily let my listeners and those watching us know, how do students especially and then the community as a whole get involved? How do we get hold of you if we want to volunteer or be part of this organization?
So the first step would be going to neighborhoodlegislator.com, and that is our main website, and that has all of the information, that has what we stand for, what our goals are, everything that you would like to know. And there's a place where you could sign up for that. But if you're on the Cal Poly campus and want to get involved, my email is eventi neighborhoodlegislator@gmail.com. And if anybody emails through that, I would be happy to find a way to involve them. We are offering volunteer positions, paid volunteer positions for over the summer, and these people would be working with one-on-one, on-the-ground outreach, trying to get people involved, trying to get San Luis Obispo citizens to know about what's going on and trying to get them to agree with what we stand for. And so,
can you, sorry to cut you, can you briefly tell me how neighborhood legislature is currently structured across the state of California?
How neighborhood legislator is structured?
Yeah, what is your structure like?
Yeah, so right now, neighborhood legislator has broken California into 6 districts. And those districts have a regional manager, and then usually there's about 4 to 5 campuses in each district. And so each of those fellows are doing what I'm doing, and then we are each trying to get an equal amount of signatures so that we can put those signatures on the ballot so that we can try to get that passed in 2018.
So just some quick short answers to this one. Our time is almost up. Who gets elected to lead or to be part of your officer team? Which kind of people? What do you have to do to get elected if you want to be part of the team?
So if you want to be part of neighborhood legislator?
Yes.
So pretty much anyone who wants an involvement in our program, we can fit what you want out of our organization to our program. So it's really what you want out of it. You can be a team leader, team member. There's internship opportunities available, so you can be leading groups of volunteers, helping me put on events, and even if you are not going to be here over the summer, there are 5 other districts, like I said, so you can be involved nearly anywhere in California.
Okay, so just a summary of what I deduced from whatever you've said so far. Basically, your agenda is to make sure that you elect politicians or help the community elect politicians that don't necessarily have the money but are capable of being good leaders for our community. That's what you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Sweet.
It's all about saving money and having the most qualified and capable individuals representing us and getting our needs met.
Okay. So anything else you want our listeners to know?
I mostly just want to say that this organization is to benefit California as a whole. There's no disadvantage of having this amendment pass.
Okay.
It is to help every single person.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what we're about.
Okay.
Improving California's.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Time with Eric coming to you live on CPTV. And if you're listening, this is KCPR 91.3. And the good thing is today is Mother's Day, and I want to give opportunity to my guests to say something wonderful to their parents. So Emily, please say something wonderful to your mother if you don't mind.
Of course. Thank you for always supporting me and pushing me to succeed. I don't think you even know I'm on this show right now, but it's going to be a surprise because I'm going to send you the link. And this is the first Mother's Day I haven't been with you, but I hope you're enjoying it.
Sweet. And to all parents, to all mothers, we really appreciate and care about you guys. You guys have been wonderful, and enjoy your day. This Time with Eric, we'll be right back with the next guest. Please stay tuned.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're going to take the laces, we're going to cross them over, we're going to turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
Do you think he's on his way? He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay.
Laura.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no signal.
Try.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's
try.
down.
This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening to us on radio, this is CPR 91.3 FM San Luis Obispo. And then in case you're watching us, this is CPTV. And welcome back. The next gentleman in my studio is one of the most talented guys in basketball. And he's currently on the Cal Poly basketball team. And I'm going to talking to him briefly about what basketball means to him. So we're moving from politics to doing something like sports. Welcome, Lucas.
How you doing, Eric?
Great. Yourself?
Good. I'm good.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Straight
I appreciate it.
So, what does basketball mean to you?
Basketball, what it means to me is basically the highlight of my life. I like basketball a lot. Okay. It's led me to a lot of unique opportunities, and I have a passion for it.
Good. But before I go ahead with a lot of basketball, I just want my listeners and those watching us to get to know you more. Where are you from?
I am from Tacoma, Washington.
Okay.
I'm a sophomore here. I transferred from Gonzaga, and yeah.
So Gonzaga is a great team. I watched a couple of their conferences this season. And why did you move from Gonzaga to Cal Poly?
The school, I wasn't the biggest fan of the school.
Okay.
And I knew that I would have more opportunity basketball-wise here.
Okay.
And I came on my visit, and I really liked the school. I really liked California, and I made the decision, and I'm completely happy with it.
Straight. So far, how has it been like your first 3 quarters? Because I think we all came in together as transfer students in the fall.
Yeah.
How are you liking it so far?
I like it a lot.
Sweet.
I love it here. It's really nice. It's I'm lucky with the decision to come here over where I transferred from.
Good. So now let's go back to basketball. At what age in your life did you realize that, I think I'm good at juggling this little round ball around?
For as long as I can remember. I have baby pictures of when I was just probably like 3 years old with a basketball.
Wow.
But I didn't know I was actually had a skill for it until later in my life.
Okay.
But I've always been a fan.
Wow.
I've always loved the game, yeah.
Wow. And is any of your family members a football player, a basketball player or anything?
My dad played basketball in college for 1 year. And my brother played 4 years at Linfield. So basketball's been in our family my whole life. It's been a really big part of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So this season, or this just past season, I watched the Cal Poly team and I realized that you were not playing. What answers that? Why were you on the bench instead of playing?
The reason I couldn't play this year was because transfer rules.
Okay.
So because I transferred from Gonzaga, I have to sit out a year because of NCAA rules.
Okay.
So this year I could not play, and that's why I would not play it in the games. I dress up on the bench, but next year I'll be able to play.
Oh,
and
that's wonderful. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
So we should expect the Lucas fire. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Straight up. That's it. So tell me, what do you think about the Cal Poly team?
I think we're gonna have a really good team next year.
Because it looked like you having a lot of the experienced players moving away. Is that going to affect anything about the team?
It will, to a certain degree. But the unique thing with basketball is that people will step up. Okay. So we will have seniors graduate, but we'll have seniors step into their place and lead the team as well.
Okay.
And we're going to have a successful year.
Okay.
It's going to be a good year.
Great. And your last game you played at the conference was against Ivan, is that correct?
Yes.
And they beat you guys 2 times.
Yes.
First they beat you here, and then when you went to the conference, you lost to them. How come you guys couldn't figure out a plan of edging them out? Is it a question that they are more tougher than you guys, or you guys didn't really prepare enough?
I wouldn't say either of those, because I know that we prepared. I think it just came down to them being a better team. I think they were the better team last year, and I think they matched up better across the board than we did. And I think that they just got us. But next year we'll see if something different happens.
I like that. I like that. So let me bring you back to your former college, Gonzaga. I know you've said that you don't really like the school so much. How about the team? Comparing it to Cal Poly, what is the difference in those two?
That's a good question. Well, Gonzaga, first thing that comes to my mind is that they've had a longer track record of success in their basketball program. So along with that comes financial situations and the ability to do certain things because of money. So we were able to do a couple very unique things with that. But it's the same idea. It's the same. We practice, day in and day out. We're working hard. It's the same end goal. Just we might be the underdog.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
That's good, because the underdogs always end up pulling up a huge surprise. So let me take you to a different angle. One of the reasons why I invited you is that I like this show to inspire people to believe in something in their heart, that I love doing this and I want to pursue it with all my heart. So my point is, what made you decide that when you realized that you have love for the game, what made you decide that, look, this is what I want to pursue?
Well, when I started to only play basketball was my freshman year in high school. I stopped playing other sports because I noticed that I was taller than a lot of people, and that I had somewhat decent skill in the game. And I just started to pursue basketball, and luckily I've had some success in it, and it's taken me to some unique places.
Okay. And based on success, I can see you wearing something I normally see on the LeBrons and then the whatever. What is that?
This is the WCC championship ring that we got last year.
Can you show it to the camera? I just want my listeners to see
this
what.
Guy?
Well, that's like a 27,000 carats medal, right?
Yes, sure.
Wow. So how do you get this?
We got it for winning the tournament. We won the WCC tournament, and the week after, they called us in for a ring size.
Okay.
And they put it on, and then it showed up in the mail.
Okay.
And
that is tight. So
yeah,
I cannot get one until I play basketball. Right?
right. Even if I try to make it for you, Eric, I don't know if I'd be able to.
Okay, probably. I hope when you become a star in the NBA, maybe I just get one. You donate one to my office. But let's come back to other issues. How are you blending? What is your major before then? What is your major currently in
I am RPTA with a concentration in sport management.
What is RPTA, if you don't mind?
Rec, Park, and Tourism and Activities.
Okay.
So it's an overview. It's a very broad overview major.
Okay.
And it's interesting because there's a lot of different concentrations that you can work with within it. And it's unique. And sport management is my path, and I enjoy it.
Okay.
I enjoy it a
so
lot.
One more question before we take a break. And listeners, you're listening to KCPR 91.3 FM. And in case you're watching us at the comfort of your homes on this Mother's Day edition, this is CPTV. I have with me Lucas, who is a member of the basketball team. One important thing, normally students tend to pay more attention to the sports they play in college rather than the academic side of it, which I realize that if you have both, it makes you a better person in terms of decision making at the long run, because in order to be able to handle the millions that are going to come to you, you need to have some knowledge in that. How are you blending the sports you love so much with your academic work? And then downtown, if possible.
Well, we are student athletes, so we have to take care of our academics, no matter what. So we stay on our school. We definitely are busy with schoolwork because the balance between basketball and school is very challenging with just the time commitment. But you have to prioritize. You gotta have goals, and you have to set priorities, and you gotta get things done. And I like it because it keeps your life structured, but it also allows you to build yourself as a person with character, and it's been really beneficial for my life.
Straight. We'll talk more about academics when we come back. We're just going to run for a quick commercial break. Listeners, this is KCPR 91.3 FM, and then in case you're watching us, this is CPTV. We're going to run for a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right, and now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her, though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Prove you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills?
Check.
Driver's license?
Check.
And a high school diploma. You got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day, more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. Learn more at hsf.net.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Welcome back, listeners. This is KCPR 91.3 FM, and then my viewers, this is CPTV. You're watching Time with Eric, and you're listening to Time with Eric at the same time. I have with me in the studio Lucas. He's a member of the basketball team. He's redshirted this season, so next season he's going to come to play. So we're discussing what led to his transfer from Gonzaga to Cal Poly and how he's faring so far in Cal Poly. So I'll just go ahead to ask a few more questions. Welcome back, buddy. So how is Cal Poly making sure that you students on the soccer team and any other sports on campus, you're getting the adequate time you need to put in your academics?
Well,
what kind of help do they give you guys?
Well, they do aid us. They do. Athletics are allowed tutors,
okay,
which are very helpful. We have tutors. We have an academic advisor, okay, along with our whatever academic advisor that anybody may have within their college. Okay. So they help us with our degree progress reports along the way. Okay. And then our tutors help us in individual classes. And on top of that, the basketball team, I know, we have study hall, okay, where we'll go in required to study. Okay. And that's helpful. Okay. It is. It keeps us busy, but it also keeps us in line. Okay. It gives us academics on the way.
And let me ask you another important question, because at the end of the day, this show, I want it to be able to inspire students that are watching us. And I'll ask you a few things, because I realize that most people sometimes don't know how to differentiate between their hobby and their talents, something that they have to take advantage of and become good at it. Mm-hmm. Do you think you found your calling? Do you think you found your talent that, look, this is what I was created with. This is what it's in my DNA that I want to do. Do you think you found that?
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a really tough question to ask, and it can be, you can take it to a lot deeper levels than just basketball, but I do. Okay. I think I was blessed with height and some athleticism, and I thank my parents for that. But I think that by me playing basketball, I am putting my God-given gift, talent to use, okay, and I'm happy with it. Sweet. And I like it.
So who is your favorite player on the national team, the national basketball team?
My favorite player? Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question.
Or maybe a couple. Maybe just name one or two players.
I mean, I just like to watch really good basketball players play. It's fun. I can always learn from them. Footwork, basketball skills. I try to pick up on things. It's almost like a study-ish in a way almost, but it's also a leisure activity. It's fun. Okay. So like I like to watch LeBron James play, James Harden, Dirk Nowitzki. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, a bunch of people.
Okay. And is there a particular one that really inspires you, like a particular one that makes you feel like, oh, I need to work more harder, I need to put in more effort to become like these guys?
Well, I know that a goal is seeing people that I know, friends, people that I've met or played against along the way, making it to the NBA.
Okay.
And having the success that they've worked so hard for and are very deserving of. And I see that, and it makes me want to work very hard and achieve what they've achieved as well.
Great.
So
again, another very, very tough question, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, I see myself with a degree from here, from Cal Poly, and pursuing professional basketball, wherever that may be.
Sweet.
So
sweet.
Yeah, I see my life hopefully
in the NBA, and I hope I'm going to get a ticket to the side game.
Court side every time, Eric. You know this. You know this.
Hey, the very best of luck in your endeavor, and I've watched you, and I know you're going to be successful. But one more thing, what should Cal Poly students and supporters in general expect from you next season?
I think, for me personally, they should expect me to try my best every game. And from the team, I think that they should expect a good season.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of talent. We should do really well. We should have some good. We have some good games on the schedule, and I think we're gonna make a good run.
Okay.
NCAA tournament. Let's get a repeat.
I like it. I like that prediction. So today is Mother's Day, and if your mom is watching, you have a message for mom back in Washington.
Yeah. I mean, happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. Go to Watson's. Get your plants. I know you will. I love you. I'll give you a call. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And Grandma, Grandma Kenoth, and Grandma Betty, and Aunt Denise. Love you guys.
Thank you very much, and very good luck in all you do.
I appreciate it, Eric.
Successful. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is Lucas for you, and then he says we should expect more from them next season. We're going to run for a quick commercial break, and then we're going to go for entertainment. I have next coming here is the band Pleasantly. Please stay tuned.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back, listeners, and I have a wonderful group with me at the moment. The name is the band Pleasantly. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
So, why the name Pleasantly?
Go for it.
We were kind of thinking like pleasantly surprised or pleasantly something to come after it, and then we thought pleasantly just sounds good, so we went with that.
Yeah, it was kind of a very easy fix, just pleasant, and we try to make pleasant music, so pleasantly is kind of the state of mind that you'd want to be in.
And I agree to that, because the first time I listened to you guys, I'm like, my goodness, are these college students? You guys are terrifically good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So let me ask, how did you guys meet?
Oh man, well, we were both music majors when we started out, so we both had a lot of music classes together in the department, and we did a lot of, we met a lot that way, and then we just started playing music together outside of class as well as in class too, so we got a, feel for each other's music tastes, and then we kind of started hanging out more and just writing a lot of music, so that's kind of where it all started from.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So whose idea was it to form a band?
Well, we were kind of both into rock and roll, so we both had the idea of coming to college and starting a band. I guess that's the dream. So
yeah.
Okay. So that's a good heads up for me. So one of the reasons, or you mean that in the future you're gonna do music, basically. Okay. So when do you realize that music is your thing?
Oh man. Well, I'm not very athletic.
Okay.
So music was kind of so just kind of like once I stopped sports, I played a lot of sports in high school, and it's kind of like once I stopped that, I'd always been playing music for a while, and it just kind of started offshooting from there. I just started having more time to play music and be able to explore my thoughts with music a little more and be able to write more tunes and stuff like that. And then when you meet someone that has kind of the same music taste, it kind of just like
it clicks
shoots
straight
off.
up.
Yeah.
And how about you, Thomas?
just about the same. I was never very good at sports, never very good. I just wanted to play music. That's what I've always been doing.
Yeah.
So currently on the rock and roll and music in general, what band inspires you guys? Do you have any inspiration from any band?
The Velvet Underground?
Yeah, the Velvet Underground.
Okay.
They're a pretty solid band. They're a lot older, from like 1960s and stuff, but we try to sound as much as we can like them. That's usually what we go to. And then there's a lot of new bands out there, like Tame Impala is a really good new band that's coming and doing some cool stuff, so we try to take as much inspiration as we can from those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was told that you guys recently performed for ASI, Associated Student Government.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Up in the UU. It was a great time. The UU hour, everyone was walking by. The best time is right when classes get out and everyone's going on through. It was pretty sweet to play that.
So does it mean that anybody else watching us or listening to us can invite you to their program to play for them?
Yeah,
that work?
That'd be super cool. We're always up to play for stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be really fun.
And do you guys ever play in Slow Brew or anything?
We have in the past. We don't really have anything on the calendar too much right now, but we have played Slow Brew and stuff like that in the past. And usually like parties and good stuff and like people's garages or too, which are always fun. Those are always the best shows. Everyone's all sweaty and all over each other.
So basically not too expensive to get you guys to play for a party, right?
No.
It's not too expensive at all.
Yeah.
Hey, so listeners, these guys are just wonderful, and very soon they'll be playing one of their favorite songs, or they'll be playing one of their songs for us, and you can tell. So if you have a party, if you have any program going on, you need them, we're going to put their information right on the screen so you can get hold of them. Believe me, if it doesn't work to your taste, I'll refund the money. I trust these guys. So let's where are you from?
I'm from down in southern Orange County, so like Laguna Beach, Laguna Niguel area, kind of right on the border of that. So in a pretty Mediterranean climate, nice temperate place, but it's very pleasant.
And how about you?
I'm a little further south, down in San Diego.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
where I'm from.
Yeah.
San Diego is on my to-do list to visit. I'm told it's very beautiful down
It's
there.
so gorgeous.
Wow.
The nicest weather all year round.
So what is the plan for the future with regards to Band Pleasantly?
So the Band Pleasantly, we're just kind of going to keep trying to make as much music as we can. I don't know, it's just always, you can never stop exploring what kind of music you're going to be writing. So there's always just so many kinds of music. And then, you listen to a song and take inspiration from that one day, and then the next day you listen to another song and want to write a song that sounds kind of like that. So it's just, it's a never-ending cycle of just writing and recording music. And so I guess that's the plan, is just keep making some tunes that we hope that people can dance to, feel good about.
Okay. So right now, I mean, I did ask you a question about performances, but in case you have any program coming up and students are interested in coming to watch you, how do they get to know? Do you post anything on Facebook?
Yeah.
Or how do you go about it?
Yeah, we normally go through Facebook and various social media. That's actually about it. On sometimes posting posters up.
Okay. So one more question before we run for the break. How does it feel like being on a band?
It's
great.
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's nice. It's not too much different than anyone else, but it's like that little added thing where like, oh, we get to play music for like an hour or 2 hours for a day and just kind of hang out. And it's a nice creative outlet, I guess, and way of expression. It's just, it's comfortable. It's
sweet.
It's also great being real close with a couple of buds. We also have Javier Torres and Dan Potts with us, playing keys and drums. So
So I was just reminded by my producers that our time is up, but I just want to ask you one more or two questions. But the first one is, who do you, in case this band, you guys decide to hold this as a group, who do you want to become popular as, famous as? Who, do you have anything in mind, like want to be as famous as maybe the Beatles or maybe this or that?
Oh, man. Well,
we don't plan on going too far.
Yeah, big fans would be super cool, but that.
But you guys are music major, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we both switched out.
Yeah,
of it
we switched out of it, but
we still love music.
Really? So what majors are you now?
I'm an English major now, so I did English.
I'm actually a gardener now.
A gardener?
Yeah.
No, but I think you guys are too talented to just drop the music scene, just like that.
No,
well,
we're not going to drop it.
Yeah.
It just we kind of figured out that it wasn't really for us to do the whole music major thing. So we wanted to have a little bit of backup plan, because we're still obviously going to play a bunch of music and stuff all the time.
So today is Mother's Day, and before you rock us with your wonderful music, can you say something to your parents and give mother some shout outs?
I love you, Mama.
I love you more, Mom. Thanks for the good hair.
You then? You want to say something to your mom?
Just love you, Mama.
Yeah, Mama.
Okay.
Thanks for
Viewers, this is the band Pleasantly, and we're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, they're going to perform live for us in the studio. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream, that I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly, just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You just watched the band Pleasantly perform On Time with Eric. Thank you very much for tuning in this Sunday, Mother's Day. And I just want to take this opportunity to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom back in Africa, and to Suzette. I love you all very much, and I will see you all very soon. But before we go, just a quick reminder. The student government is organizing a pedal for pancakes this coming Saturday. That is on the 16th of May at the Rec Center. So please feel free to pass by to get some free pancakes and other stuff and get to meet new people. Thank you very much, and we'll see you the same time, the same venue here on CPTV and KCPR next Sunday. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.